The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sitting here making some little, I don't know, embellishments or decorations, I suppose, for my son's birthday party this weekend. He's turning 14, so I'm doing some, some decorations for jars and bags and loot bags and the stand where we're going to have the birthday, all that stuff. So I pulled out this amazing, I love this tool. This is my recent buy from We Are Memory Keepers. This is the mini alphabet punch board. I did do an intro video, which I will link below. But this video is mainly to show you some of the troubleshooting that I had to come across to do numbers. So what I thought I would do is I'll show you really quickly here. So if you go through the book, they go through how to do like every single letter and then every single number. Now, some of the things that you will make, you'll realize that, yeah, that's right. I love how it turns out. So this is the 0, the original 0. This is a really good one. There is no need to troubleshoot that. If you follow the directions in the book, you will get this numbered just fine, and there is no need to do anything further. The next number is number 1. Now, this one looks alright too. It's not how I would do a 1, and so I thought I would just like play around a little bit, and I was able to try to get a few differences. So this first one here, what I did was I took the original and I basically just drew a line from corner to corner. Shall we come in a little bit closer? So followed the directions in the book, then drew a line from corner to corner, and then chopped that off with my scissors, and I got this. I tried also this one here, which is going from corner to corner, but then just come in maybe like an inch. I'm just using my crafting mat here as an example. If you come in just an inch and then go from corner to that, not even inch, this little one block, then that's enough. So you get this one, which I like. You know, it's really interesting how I ended up analyzing my my handwriting. So when I write, how do I do a 1? I do it like this. So it was really important for me to have this kind of element. I don't do one like that. So yeah, like little changes, but that's how like I change things to make them more personal to me, and that's how I like things. Okay, so number 2 is this one over here. This is how they do number 2 here in this book. I really like, it's fine. Once again, they just have this thing about chopping things a little bit shorter than usual. So if I line it up here, you can see that, you know, it would have been here and they asked you to chop it. I don't know why they asked you to chop it. Like when I do my 2s, I full on, like it matches with the bottom. So I didn't like the chopping off option. And I also noticed that there was an error here. They actually ask you to, they forgot to mention here, like sometimes it says there's a 1/4 inch line that you should move things to. Here they actually forgot to tell you to do that. So just a heads up. So yeah, but I decided not even to do that, so I just left it as is. And I mean, isn't that okay? The other thing that I did try to do was I wanted to have that steep angle of a 2. So like this down, and I couldn't get that other than chopping it from this corner to here, and then it would make this too skinny. So I just thought I would leave it to, you know, kind of that. Anyway, my 2s are a bit elongated, but no worries. Okay, so that's the original, and then that's number 2 done. Number 3 is this one over here, and following it through, you get this. So I'm assuming that they write the 3 like that. I do that also sometimes, but I found that I didn't like this one. as much as I did the way I write it. So see how this comes down on an angle? So what I did was from that original, I just drew in like 2 blocks, and I just cut it with my scissors just to give it more of that, this straight can you see what I'm doing here? This straight line down here. So that was one way that I could alter it to make it look like more like a 3 that I would be used to. Another way which I found was also good was just to round off this corner. So instead of just leaving it as a straight, I rounded off this corner as well to make it look like that. But then what I noticed was, see how here it's like perfectly round, and here there's like a D shape, there's a straight. Well, I kind of didn't like that once I realized that I was just doing a nice circular, a nice round, 3, a nice round 3. So what I did do was I went ahead and I changed it so that when I punched it, you're supposed to punch it and then punch the other way around, so you got a straight on one and then a D on the other. I punched them both round, so this is round, and then in here this is round, as opposed to this one, which is like a D. So straight line there and then round. I'm telling you guys, I know it's the little things. All right. So it goes like that. So that one, 2 straights and then 2 rounds. The next one was number 4. Number 4, I could not alter this. I don't know if there's a way of doing it. I think that kudos to them for even getting this 4. The only thing that I could think of was doing something like this, where you would have to actually go in there physically with your scissors and cut it and then make a round thing here. And I mean, even that doesn't look good. So I will defer to We Are Memory Keepers and leave the 4 like that, which is how, which is what I did with these guys here. So I just left it as the 4. I am one to do my 4s like this. Like I do like this 4, not this 4. So no worries, I don't mind. Not to stress too much. So I'm leaving the 4 like that one. Number 5 is this one over here. Like I said, if you copy the way they did it, they just love to shorten. I don't know why. So thinking about how I do my 5s, I make sure that my 5s are, never even think about it, but symmetrically, they always do. So I just left the top part a bit longer. I don't know, I like that better than, that just looks too short. It looks too strange for me. The next one is the number 6. So this is how they did a number 6 over here. And once again, if you follow the way they did it, they love to chop that part off. So I tried it without it, and I didn't like that very much, to tell you the truth. So what I decided to do was there is an option to nip it. So over here there's this little nipper, as I call it. If you put it in, it kind of does that little nip. So I put the top bit in there and it nipped it that way. So then what I did was I went along, so I left it in the long formation, sorry, and then I went along, and on the first nip I used my scissors and I just went straight this way. And if you did it with the shorter one, where where they cut off whatever the quarter mark is, if you nip that all the way down, it won't look very good at all. So you got to leave it to the full amount, then do that little, little nip, and then use your scissors to go all the way across, which is what I did here. So you have it long, then you nip the long, then you go ahead and then you cut it this way, and I kind of really like how that turned out. So there's two of them there that I've done. The other thing that I did try to do was I wanted to make the inside of this like, so I wanted it to be like more, see how it does that? I wanted it to be more round, but I couldn't really get it, and it was annoying me, and I realized that I was being a bit too pedantic, so I just left it at that. So you could always just go the small, or you could do the long one, and then just, go maybe one square or two squares, just so that it gives you that, the rhythm, that movement of the 6. Okay. So that's 6 done. Number 7. All right, so this is how they tell you to do a number 7. I didn't like that. So when I compare it to how I do my 7's always slanted. So what I decided to do was this. So, and I actually used this grid to do it. So I used my scissor. Let's go, use my ruler. Let's go in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I went 2 squares in, so 1/2 inch, and I went all the way around here, and then at the bottom here I counted 2 squares in as well, and I just did a line from 2 down to 2 across, and again here, right at the point to the very tip there, and then all I did was just like that, just like that. And then I erased this part here. And that's kind of how I did my 7's. So that's their 7. That's their 7, and that's my 7, and I think that looks more like a 7. It does look a bit, maybe I could make this a little bit, come in just a little bit here to make it a bit more even. It looks more fatter here than it does here. Yeah. Even though that is 2, oh, maybe I cut it too much. 2 across, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 3 across, and that's 2 across, so it does look a bit fat. So maybe I should have gone only just to there. So you can always have a play with it, or maybe I could, there we go. Anyway, so I kind of really like that. I really like that better than that one. So that's my number 7. It's number 7. Now for number 8, you're gonna laugh, and so did I. This is their number 8. And kudos to We Are Memory Keepers, because I can't get even anywhere close to that. I couldn't even manufacture anything that looked like my 8. So at least the 4 I tried to do something here. You can't really do anything, so you're gonna have to just 8s and 18s are gonna suck. But it's fine. It's really fine. I mean, if you put something in the middle here, it doesn't matter. So that's how the 8 is. And then last but not least is the number 9. This is their number 9, which is fine. When I realized this is how I do my number 9s. Maybe if I used a Sharpie, it'd be better. This is how I do my number 9s. You can either go like that, so it's straight here, which is what I did here. You can have a number 9 if you want, but I usually find that I like the little loopy here, so I left I changed it to this way, and then once again I did the same with the nip. I nipped the end part here, and then you can either choose to then take your scissors and then follow that around, which is what I did with this one way, or follow it around from the top, which is what I did with that one that way. So whichever way, you get a 9 this way or a 9 this way. This one curves up, this one goes down. It's all the same, it's no big deal. So this is the progression. You leave it in the long, and then you nip the tail, and then you either take the tail round or up, whichever way you like. And so that's the number 9. So that is troubleshooting numbers on the mini alphabet punch board. I will come back with troubleshooting some of the letters in another video. And I've got one more video after that, which will be the album, how to use this to make an album. So thanks for hanging in there with me, and I'll see you in my next video.